Genesis chapter 7. The flood covered the earth. When everything was ready, the Lord said to Noah, "Go into the boat with all your family from among all the people of the earth. I can see that you alone are righteous. Take with your 7 pair, male and female, of each animal I have approved for eating and for sacrifice, and take 1 pair of each of the others. Also take 7 pair of every kind of bird. There must be a male and a female in each pair to ensure that all life will survive on the earth after the flood. 7 days from now I will make the rain pour down on the earth, and it will rain for 40 days and 40 nights, until I have wiped from the earth all the living things I have created. So Noah did everything as the God commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood covered the earth. He went on board the boat to escape the flood. He and his wife and his son and their wives with them were all the various kind of animals, those approved for eating and for sacrifice, and those that were not, along with all the bird and the small animal that scurry along the ground. They entered the boat in pairs, male and female, just as God had commanded Noah. After 7 days, the waters of the flood came and covered the earth. When Noah was 600 years old, on the 17th day of the second month, all the underground water erupted from the earth. And the rain fell in mighty torrents from the sky. The rain continued to fall for 40 days and 40 nights. That very day, Noah had gone into the boat with his wife and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives. With them in the boat were a pair of every kind of animal, domestic and wild, large and small, along with birds of every kind. 2 by 2 they came into the boat, representing every living thing that breathed. A male and female of each kind entered, as just as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord closed the door behind them. For 40 days the flood water grew deeper, covering the ground and lifting the boat high above the earth. As the waters rose higher and higher above the ground, the boat floated safely on the surface. Finally, the water covered even the highest mountain on the earth, rising more than 22 feet above the highest peaks. All the living things on earth died: birds, domestic animals, wild animals, small animals that scurrying along the ground, and all the people. Everything that breathed and lived on dry land died. God wiped out every living thing on the earth: people, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and the bird of the sky. All were destroyed. The only people who survived were Noah and those with him in the boat, and the flood water covered the earth for 150 days. And today we will go into another chapter together, so that story will be continued. Genesis chapter 8. The flood receded, but God remembered Noah and all the wild animal and the livestock with him in the boat. He sent a wind to blow across the earth, and the flood water began to recede. The underground water stopped flowing, and the torrential rains from the sky were stopped. So the flood water gradually receded from the earth after 150 days, exactly 5 months from the time the flood again began. The boat came to rest on the mountains of Ararat 2.5 months later as the water continued to go down. Other mountains' peaks became visible. After another 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made in the boat and released a raven. The bird flew back and forth until the flood water on the earth had dried up. He also released a dove to see if the water had receded and it could find dry ground. But the dove could find no place to land because the water still covered the ground. So it returned to the boat, and Noah held out his hand and drew the dove back inside. After waiting another 7 days, Noah released the dove again. This time the dove returned to him in the evening with a fresh olive leaf in its beak. Then Noah knew that the flood water were almost gone. He waited another 7 days and then released the dove again. This time it did not come back. Noah was now 601 years old. On the first day of the new year, 10.5 months after the flood began, the flood water had almost dried up from the earth. Noah lifted back the covering of the boat and saw that the surface of the ground was drying. 2 more months went by, and at last the earth was dry. Then God said to Noah, "Leave the boat, all of you, you and your wife, and your son and their wives. Release all the animals, the birds, the livestock, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, so they can be fruitful and multiply throughout the earth." So Noah, his wife, and his son and their wives left the boat, and all of the large and small animal and the bird came out of the boat, pair by pair. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and there he sacrificed as burnt offering the animal and the bird that has been approved for that purpose. And the Lord was pleased with the aroma of the sacrifice and said to him, "I will never again curse the ground because of the human race, even though everything they think or imagine is bent toward evil from childhood. I will never again destroy all living things. As long as the earth remains, there will be planting and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night." So that is chapter 8. So chapter 7 and 8 give us a very good story about the great flood, and God also made a confident with Noah, say he will never destroy human being again. So that is a promise and give us the hope. So that's beginning after Noah's story, which is we have a new confidence until God's Son Jesus Christ coming. Yeah, that is beginning and until Jesus Christ coming. So that is kind of like a pair sense. Watch out this time. So Noah is a very important person in Bible and in our history. Okay, so that is what we today learning about the Bible. Hope everybody like it. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and click like it and share with your friends. Thank you. God bless you.